Alright, hey guys, and welcome back. As this time I wanted to take a look at this really cool set of vintage Nintendo toys here, and that's this series of PVC figures made by Applause from 1989. Now I believe that this series was about 12 to 15 figures in total, and it spanned 3 major games where you had the original Mario Brothers characters and figures. You had figures like King Hippo and Little Mac from Punch-Out! And there were also some figures from the Legend of Zelda series, I believe, which are really hard to find and very collectible. These were sold on little blister cards, and I don't really remember seeing them in stores very much growing up, but I'd imagine you would have seen them at like small video game stores, possibly KB Toys, Toys R Us, maybe even something like a checkout lane in an Ames or a Bradley's, just because they were really priced as like, you know, like a last-minute gift or just like a little impulse buy. But that being said, they're still very collectible. Some of them are really valuable, especially like the Punch-Out! And Legend of Zelda figures. So first, let's take a look at this little Mario figure that I have here. And now with this, you can really tell that this is from the early days of the Mario Brothers and Nintendo's video game life with their franchise, because just the way Mario looks here, he doesn't look like the cartoony Nintendo 64 Mario that we're all used to seeing now. He kind of has more of that look from the old Donkey Kong games where he was still, you know, with Pauline. And he really has that, like, Italian plumber look to him, and what I mean by that is he has these really chubby cheeks, the mustache is really detailed, the ears really stick out far, the nose is really, you know, big and bulbous. He's considerably, like, fatter than he is in newer games. So he really just has, like, that, you know, they're really selling the whole plumber look before he was more made kind of cartoony. And he's in his trademark little hat and blue shirt and red overalls, so he looks really good there. And the cool thing about this is it looks like he sees something coming in the distance, so what does Mario do? He's got a super mushroom here because he's ready to turn into Super Mario. But check that out, it's not just any super mushroom. This little super mushroom has a smile on its face. He's got eyes and a nose and a big smile. And so he's taking things pretty well, all things considered, seeing as Mario's probably getting ready to eat him very soon, so I think that is just too funny. But you got a little smiling mushroom there, and just a really neat and nice looking Mario figure overall. Really well done. And now the next one we have here, we have Mario, but instead now he is jumping over a Koopa Trooper. Now he kind of looks like he might be jumping on him, but he's just jumping over him, because you can see his back foot there is up in the air, and his front foot is up in the air, so he's just hopping over him and going along his way, just trying to avoid him. And the Koopa Trooper looks really neat. Look at that really cool cartoony face with the eyes, the nice white eyes, the nice light green color, then the dark green color on the shell. And Mario looks good there. You can tell he's focused on the next thing that's coming up, you know, on his path, on his journey there, so it's a really nice action pose. And it's kind of funny, it almost looks like, if you look at him like this, it looks like, you know, he's maybe going for a ride on the back of the Koopa Trooper. But just a really fun, neat little PVC figure, and very cool. I really like this style that they did there. That's really fun. And now next up we have King Hippo from Punch-Out! Now, he's definitely one of the rarer figures to find, and I've seen him go for about as high as between like $60 to $80. He's pretty rare. I didn't pay anywhere near that much for him. I think I actually got him in a trade, and I got a really great deal on him, very cheaply. But he's just so cool. Like, what an iconic pose, what a really cool figure. And it breaks up some of the monotony with just having all Mario figures. So he's got that big goofy crown on his head, which is kind of at a little angle, which is neat. He's got his mouth open, so that's how you know in the game when you know, you punch him in the stomach in order to be able to knock him out. And he's got his red boxing gloves and his yellow boxing shorts and yellow boots there. And yeah, he just looks really cool, and it's just so different from some of the other figures. And like I said, I believe there's a Little Mac figure that was also made, which is really, really hard to find as well. So he's definitely one of my favorites. Just looks super cool and is really great to display. Very awesome. And then we have Mario again. But this time he must have hit like a little question mark block, and he found a secret vine to go up to Coin Heaven, or like a warp zone. And so you can see he's climbing up this vine. That's what it is. Getting ready to go up there and collect an extra life, some extra coins, or go to another warp zone. And that's a really neat, colorful PVC figure, and definitely different little figure than most of the others in the series, but looks really neat. I mean, there's not a lot going on there, but it's neat they included such a small detail of like finding a secret vine in a block. So I think that's really cool and really fun. And now this one here, this is one of my very favorites. We got a little paratrooper here, or a winged Koopa Trooper, because paratroopers, they should be red and blue, I believe. But regardless, this guy's really fun, and he has an interesting little feature to where he has a suction cup on the back, so you can stick him on, you know, like really anything, just a, you know, a little coffee table or something like that, and you can, you know, or if you put him on top of your Nintendo to get him to stay there, or, you know, pretty much anywhere, where you can even hang him like on your locker, you know, or whatever, because they'll stick to that, a mirror or anything like that. And the details are really great. He's got this really great face here. I love the eyes and the face, looks really cool. The two-tone greens look really good with the light green and the dark green. And then look at those wings. Wow, they look so great. They're really nicely detailed. The white really contrasts well with the rest of the figure, and looks really, really nice. And then what I like to do with this too is you can also just take this little suction cup out, just pops right out. Then you can just display him like that. And then he looks, you know, much more natural next to like the rest of your Mario figures. So I think the suction cup looks a little bit silly, but it is pretty neat. And you could also, if you wanted to, because it's very small, the opening in there, I think you could even use this as a pencil topper too, which would look a little odd, but I think you could like put a pencil in there and use them as a pencil topper. So really cool. A lot of stuff you can do with that little figure there. Well, alright guys, hope you enjoyed taking a look at this line of Applause PVC figures made in 1989 for Nintendo. I think they're really neat, and if you happen to see any and they're at a good price, I definitely recommend picking them up if you're a fan of Nintendo, or just retro toys, or small little collectible PVC figures in general. And I will see you guys back here next time. Take care.
Hey guys, if you liked the video that you just watched, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and you can follow me at Facebook at King of Retro, or Twitter at #8ByteBrian. See you next time.